Hello and welcome back. So last time we fought um, uh, a version of Ramu, and then we fought Garuda and Ifrit together, and they merged. But we defeated them, and now we've got Rain here in the empty. And then Gaia started freaking out, and now we're gonna see what's going on. Heart of Darkness. While this downpour is precisely the result we were hoping for, the novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Guy is looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue this conversation in Eden's core. Okay. To our Ethernet shard. Hello, Uriange. Ere we set forth to restore the element of ice, I would discuss the manner in which this summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is this going to bring the empty back the way it was before the flood? While none can say for certain, the change we have observed at points of ethereal intersection doth give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to transform, and in the decades to come, regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you've quite grasped the sheer scale of the damage left in the wake of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Nymphilia hadn't stopped it. Even if Reen has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight. After all, the empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. And it might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaited those of generations yet to come. You do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see, while here I am, so absorbed in my own problems that I spare barely a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long I've listened to that voice, telling me what to do, who to be. I was so scared of what might happen if I disobeyed. I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? What am I? Perhaps it's better if I never find out. If Reen's the Oracle of Light, here to mend this broken world, what does that make me? Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness, bringer of misery and death, a monster. It's no wonder they left me, mother, father. And next it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back where I started, where I've always been, alone. You okay? Gaia, is it the fairy? What's wrong? Afraid I might lose control and ruin all of your carefully laid plans? No, it's you I'm worried about. Reen, going outside to clear my head. You just do what you need to do, alright? Something's wrong. I know it. That much is clear. If we have a repeat of her first visit to Eden, we may even be joined by those void-sent friends of hers. If you go and see what Gaia's doing, Uriange and I will stay with Reen. Okay. My name is Gaia. That's what you said, isn't it? Eden, the flood. What does it all mean? No, it can't be. This is what it's been waiting for all this time. Finally, you remember. Ah! What is this? Gaia? The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The accursed spawn of light are drawn to it like moths to a flame. Pathetic, mindless, and easily bent to. Sin Eaters. Now, the time of awakening has come. Asuka, Rain senses Sin Eaters. What's happened? There are Sin Eaters. Little bird ones. Don't try to fight them. Just bring Gaia back inside. Quickly now. She's passed out. What's happened to her? That's a concern for later. First, we must deal with those Sin Eaters. Asuka, if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without, I would task Thancred with standing guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. Deal. Let's get in the next fight. And now we wait.
Alright, so that was a long wait, but we're finally in.
Ready to do this fight.
Against whatever this thing is.
Evil doves.
The idol of darkness.
So many of them. But nothing we can't handle.
We are gonna dance party with the Reaper. This is one of those types of bosses that's technically off the arena. Which is nice for people with positional attacks like Samurai do, because they don't have to worry about them. Because they can attack from any direction, and it still counts as hitting their positional attacks. Over here. I think this is a safe spot. we gotta turn. It's gonna teleport us on this. Oh no. I moved and it shot me off. Sends you to the end of that purple line, and because I moved, it changed where I was facing and shot me off the edge. We've lost a healer and just about everyone. Sure what's going on right now. Ow. Yeah, we're gonna have to just restart. It is the problem with doing these early in the morning is that there aren't a whole lot of groups, and they tend to be full of people who haven't done the fights in a while. Like me. I haven't done this fight in ages. Stand where everyone else is. Where do we go? Here, just follow everyone else. Usually the safest thing to do. I was slow on that though. Not moving. I don't want it to send me off the edge. There we go. Enemies close. Where everyone else is. Bring the stack marker to the melee people. Don't make them chase you. I've got white on me. Okay, that means I stand in front of the purple. I see. Now I'm purple. So for the next one, I stand in front of the white feathers. Now I'm white again. So purple. I didn't realize that last time. Where have you gone? Oh. Made tiny little half-size doohickeys. Where's that gonna send me? Off the edge. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, just in time. Well, spread out. Ow. Something's coming. What's coming? Oh, we get behind the paladin. These big giant wings. Drop little shields on everyone. Now, got the... Oh jeez. I don't know where I'm supposed to stand. Up with other people. Somehow took no damage, so whatever I did worked. Our healers are dead. How did the healers come back to life? One of them must have had a resurrection spell already going when they died. Because if the spell goes off before you die, then it still goes off. The person you were resurrecting can still select, yes, I'd like to be resurrected, please. About to do it. We did it. Oh, that was rough. Player, and then get whatever loot I can. He rolled higher than me on just about everything. All right. Whew. Green. She won't wake up. What do we do? I don't know. I suspect Urianger will have a plan. What is this place? Where is everyone? So, I'm all alone. Even the fairy is gone. Endless silence. Endless darkness. Is this what death feels like? It's no use. No one can hear me. How ironic. All those times I wanted peace and quiet, and now that I finally have it, I wish I had someone to talk to. I thought I couldn't stand to be around them, all their interfering and fussing, and yet I was never lonely. But it's no use. Even after everything we went through, my memories still won't come back. There's no future awaiting me, only emptiness. Those memories, they can't stay lost forever. If only this pain will leave me. No, now I close my eyes and sink into darkness. And then I'll suffer no more. Gaia! Mother? Father? Wake up! I understand now why I wait for tomorrow to claim us. Gaia, can you hear me? The perfect moment never has to end. I'm not giving up on you, Gaia. Say something. What do you want? Please, I'm begging you. Remember all the things we said we'd do, like going to the second serving for coffee biscuits. I never... Gaia? I never agreed to anything of the sort. Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried about you. Do you have to be so loud? The fairy fell silent, only to be replaced by Reen's voice ringing through my head. I never thought I would be so glad to hear it. Gaia, on thin ice. You've all gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyway, I've delayed you for long enough. Please carry on with what you came to do. I'm glad you're back to your usual self, but how are you feeling? Much better now, but something is still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream, and a stream of memories rushed through my mind. I don't recall anything like this happening before, and I'm not sure what it all means. What sort of memories? I can't make sense of any of them. They were only brief flashes seen through someone else's eyes. At least, that's what it felt like. Minfilia, that is the first Oracle of Light, once served Hydaelyn as the word of the mother. If the Oracle of Darkness is her counterpart under Zodiac, then we'd best prepare ourselves for the worst. The knights return did tip the ethereal balance towards activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power in the first. Having thus roused, he did then fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by darkness, Gaia. Marked or no, Gaia's still her own person. Oh, she smiled. Everything all right? It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. There'll be plenty of time to think it through once the last element's restored. If thou believest thyself well enough, then I see no reason for delay. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalization of ice. Shiva, then. Asuka is the only one here to have actually seen the primal. Perhaps you could describe her for us. We'll talk about how she and Hraesvelgr had a bond. To find a kindred spirit in such an ancient and fearsome creature, I can hardly imagine what sort of person she must have been. The long-since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration to Izael, whose method of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus was she moved to dedicate her being to that selfsame cause. 'Twas this devotion that granted her the power of a primal. So she was able to control it herself. Not getting any funny ideas, are you? Just thinking aloud. That's all. Anyway, we'd better get going. Our journey leadeth to a great glacier situated in the northernmost region of the Empty. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. It's time to draw out the ether. I was thinking. That I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Shiva. That sounds dangerous. Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is the most strongly aligned to light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities as well as Eden's to draw it out. So that the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. I cannot claim to be in favor of this stratagem, and yet, the primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. The inherent advantages are undeniable. Absolutely out of the question. Have you forgotten what Asuka does to the primals we summon? Not about to stand by and watch as she and Reen beat the tar out of each other. In any case, the ether only returns to the Empty once the creature's been slain, although it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably, there's a safe way to disperse it, but it's still far too risky. I thought you had more sense, Reen. But it's not as bad as it sounds. Were the deiform entity as volatile as the primals we had previously summoned, it would be logical to assume that, in her role as conduit, Reen would be hard-pressed to retain control. Asuka would have no recourse but to defend herself by any means necessary, else her life be forfeit. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please, I've got to try. I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. You never had to take risks like this for the other elements. Eden possesses almost infinite power, but what would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like other sin eaters, it would undo all of our hard work. It is a disconcerting eventuality, and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that even if we realign the elements, things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the empty in our place. I'll channel the ether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If it all goes wrong, then what? I know this all sounds like I'm taking a leap of faith, but it has been a gamble every step of the way. We've managed to come this far because of faith, in ourselves and in each other. I've made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear. But what say you, Oscar? I have to take the decision to say, what could possibly go wrong? Reen, I suppose that if you've got your heart set on this, there's no point trying to dissuade you. Just don't do anything reckless, is that clear? As crystal. This is going to work, I promise. I'll make sure of it. Well, for our sakes, I certainly hope so, because if the Primal takes over, it'll be fine. With all of you by my side, I know that whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us. I hope you're not including me. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. It's enough just knowing you're here. Anyway, I've decided to take a leaf out of your book. I do what I want when I want. I've made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. So, this is how much it means to you. Dun, 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 dun. Memories of Shiva envelop your mind. I don't know how, but I can see her too. This might actually work. Alright. Time to sign up for the fight. And now we wait. That was really fast. Didn't even wait but a minute. Assuming everyone hits ready. Waiting on one more damaged person. Come on. Hit the ready button, please. They missed it. Alright. Pause again. Alright, let's try it again. See if everyone hits commence. They did! I am shocked. Shocked, I tell you.
I call upon the power of Shiva.
just doing the same move that Azale did.
Control! You've got to stop her!
Reaper, you will be my dance partner.
Fools. You would stoke the fires of conflict.
So, this is also one where you can slip and be pushed off.
The light shall usher in peace. Such impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength.
Pretty sure we want to be center of that. Oh, no. I shouldn't have moved. Oh, they got the tanks back alive again. That's the important part.
Your blood shall freeze.
Because the tanks keep her attacks from hitting everyone else, for the most part. Then they can worry about getting the rest of us alive. Tank just died again. This might be one where we have to just let it be and restart, just so that hopefully we don't all fall off and die again next time. Because that can really make things difficult on healers. If everyone's dead, they've got to try to keep a few people alive
shall
that
usher
are
in peace.
around, while trying to resurrect everyone.
Such impudence!
One of the healers is slow to move out of the various attacks.
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
Oh, what'd you do? Oh no. The few people who are alive have to defeat some sprites that are going towards that crystal. And I've got to do it while I'm dead. Someone block that laser, please. Oh, we've got a healer. Try to bring me back. What they're doing. Cool. They never healed me, so that attack killed me. Heal me this time, please, so that I don't die. There we go. Everyone's back alive again.
Be gone! Light consume you.
Oh, I don't want to be in front of her. That's what you get hit by things that attack tanks.
Impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength.
Alright, this is the move I think that... Yep. Don't move this time.
Shatter!
I'm in exactly the right spot. No. I had to move at one point.
The light shall usher in peace.
Try to put some shields on people. Gotta look away so I didn't get the full shield. It stacks over the course of like a 30-second dance. Up to 4 times. I only got 2 that time.
Such power! I can't!
No, we've all been frozen.
The light! It's too much for her to bear! Ugh, she won't last much longer! Enough of this! Power of darkness, answer my call!
So now we've got to break the rest of this. Now that Gaia's gotten us out.
Not on my future! Our future!
Otherwise, Green will accidentally re-release the blood.
I want to see what tomorrow will bring!
And we don't want her re-releasing the blood, you know. That's what got us into this mess. And that was the fourth fight of part 2 of the 3-part raid series. So let's commend the healer. I don't need that minion because I have it. Now we see what loot I can get. A bunch. Reen! You were there. I heard you. What happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? No, she's gone. But Gaia... What? That hammer. It matches your dress. I see you're back to your normal idiotic self. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we could take it with us. Ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. Well, if you say so. Anyway, might even make a nice necklace. That's a brilliant idea. Wilt thou not rush to her aid? Perhaps I'm getting slow in my old age, because it would seem Gaia's beaten me to it. To think that she would be the one to break the ice. Ahem. They may have gotten off to a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. Is that a hint of melancholy I detect in thy voice? Something akin to a pining mother bird whose chicks have flown the nest. Father bird, if you don't mind, but you're not entirely wrong. Still, when the day finally comes to say goodbye, it heartens me to know she won't be alone. After that, we can go to the second serving for coffee biscuits. Fine, you win. And if they're anything less than perfection itself, I'll never let you live it down. If they're not to your liking, there are plenty of other things to try. I suppose we both deserve a little treat after all that hard work. We certainly do. There we were, laughing as if we had not a care in the world. Fleeting though it was, in that moment, I was content. But my life was never meant to be so simple. Hello, Reen. I'm so sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. But we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So without further ado, let's return to camp and admire our work. Bum, bum, ba-dum. It's life. We've made grass. Life finds a way. I can feel all of the revitalized elements working in harmony. I've always believed Eden had the power to restore the empty, but I never expected it to happen so quickly. You're the one who made all of this possible. We ran into a few problems with Shiva, to say the least, but the others all went more or less according to plan. That we were able to come so far along this arduous journey may rightly be attributed to thine unwavering resolve. Aye, when you said you'd reclaim this world, you truly meant it. We're proud of you, Reen. I wonder if the effects from the rebalanced ether will spread to the rest of the empty. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with the rest. I must say, Reen, it's refreshing to see you take a more measured approach for a change. Well, if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that I shouldn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned that there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you freed me from Yulmore, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out of their way to help me. I thought that I should do everything in my power to repay their kindness and make the world a better place. But now more than ever, I realize that there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't control such vast amounts of ether. If Gaia hadn't been there for me, I might never have returned to normal. I could say the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare, but you freed me. It seems we're more alike than I thought. We might not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, then we can face our problems together. That is, if you don't mind. No, it's fine, really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objections to staying around. You mean it? Oh, thank you, Gaia. May I suggest we continue this conversation in Armoray? Though the empty may now support its foliage, the land's normalization hath but begun, and to linger over long still entaileth risks. Is aught the matter, Thancred? Nothing you need worry about. Let's go. Before we do anything else, we should report to Yalfort. He'll want to know how we've been getting on in the empty. Speaking of Maud Sook, there was a shack of some sort that caught my eye last time. I can't quite describe it, but it looked squidgy. Despite a strong suspicion that I may live to regret it, I'd like to try one. Oh, snack, not shack. I think she's talking about the worms. Oh, I think I know what you mean. They might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps we could also try a pot of those jellied wrigglers, or whatever they're called. I'll even let you take the first bite. Ew, no thank you. First coffee biscuits, now worms and jelly. Heavens forbid the two of you might actually eat some proper food. Oscar, may I ask a favor of thee? Whilst Thancred and I return unto the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I would have thee accompany Reen and Gaia to Maud Sook. Okay. We'll just teleport there. I trust all is well, Miss Gaia. It will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I shall scream. I'm terribly sorry to hear that the accommodation was less than satisfactory. I'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post-haste. Yes, I think we'll be staying in Maud Sook, at least for the time being. It might take a while for me to write the report, as our expedition was rather eventful. Oscar, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sorry for all the trouble I've put you through. Still fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? You're right. Now, how about that treat we promised ourselves? They might not have coffee biscuits here, but I've heard the Wriggler cakes are to die for. Or is that you'll die from eating them? Only one way to find out, I guess. I'm sure trying the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. Hopefully we'll have another chance to visit the empty to see how things are coming along. Don't even think about leaving me behind. Alright, so that's where we'll end this one. With our usual 2-battle format. And when we come back, we'll probably go see how things are looking in the empty.